The story starts inside an old, strange building that's 400 years old. It used to be a busy pub, but now it's quiet and empty. Owen Lark, who owns the place now, lives there all alone. One night, a young man named Neil shows up, eager to talk. Neil begs Owen to let him see someone. He strangely talks about Owen's dead wife. Even though Neil offers him money, Owen strongly says no. He tells Neil to leave right away. After Neil leaves, Owen records a serious video message for the person who will own the building after him. In the video, Owen gives a warning about a dangerous secret hidden in the basement. He says the next owner must protect an ancient being trapped down there, one that connects the world of the living and the world of the dead. Owen failed to protect it. Now the job belongs to the next person. To make sure the evil being stays locked away, Owen decides to destroy the basement and end the curse himself. Sadly, his plan doesn't work and he dies in the fire. The story then follows Iris Lark, Owen's daughter, who has been distant from him and is going through a tough time with money and her personal life. Her mother died from a sickness years ago. Things get more emotional when Iris, not knowing what happened to her father, is suddenly told about Owen's death. Even though their relationship was strained, Iris feels his loss deeply. Her friend Katie comforts her as she travels to Berlin, where Owen's house is. When she gets there, Iris has to confirm that the body is her father's, which leaves her very shaken. Not long after, a lawyer named Jeremy talks to Iris and surprises her by saying Owen left her a large inheritance. Iris was curious but unsure, so she decided to check out the old building. Jeremy gave her some important papers, along with a strange videotape called Instructions, recorded by Owen himself. He also told her the property is very valuable. That night, Iris chose to stay in the building she inherited. Not sure what to do next, she asked Katie to come visit her soon. But during the night, Iris suddenly woke up, scared, because someone had broken in. It was Neil, the same man who had come to see Owen before. Neil told her he didn't want to hurt her. He explained that he only wanted to talk for a moment with his dead wife, who he believed could be reached through the basement of the building. At first, Iris didn't believe him, but in the end, she agreed. The next day, needing money badly, Iris went to meet with Jeremy to finalize the property paperwork, officially becoming its new owner. Jeremy also hands Iris another set of instructions regarding the building. Meanwhile, Katie arrives to stay with Iris, curious and supportive. After officially becoming the owner, Iris spends the evening exploring the old building with Katie. The basement door immediately captures their attention. Bearing strange, ancient markings, intrigued but cautious, Iris shares details with Katie about Neil's odd request, his desire to visit the basement to speak with his deceased wife, offering money in return. Katie initially finds the idea absurd, worrying Iris has trusted a stranger too quickly, but their conversation is interrupted when the doorbell rings. Neil has returned, feeling both nervous and curious. Iris and Katie accompany Neil down into the dimly lit basement. They notice a chair positioned oddly. In the middle of the room, facing a broken wall, Neil starts calling into the dark, hoping someone answers. At first, the two women look on with doubt, slightly entertained by what looks like a strange ceremony. Suddenly, a scary figure comes out from the crack in the wall. It's wearing torn clothes, and its face is hidden by a dirty sack. Fear fills the room. Iris and Katie are frozen in shock. But Neil stays calm. He reveals that this creature, called Baghead, is a demon that can take the shape of the dead for a short time. Neil quickly tells them how the ritual works. You give Baghead something that belonged to the person who died. Then, it changes form and lets you talk to the dead person, but only for 2 minutes. Neil offers an old ring to the creature, and it swallows it immediately. To their surprise, Baghead starts to speak. Iris gives the commands, showing that she is now the new owner and in control of the creature. After Iris tells it what to do, Baghead quietly sits in the chair. Neil holds it down and takes off its hood. But instead of his dead wife, he sees something shocking. The creature changes into the form of Neil's mother, who took her own life years ago. Neil is deeply upset and pauses for a moment, but he's forced to face the painful truth. While Iris and Katie don't notice that 2 minutes have passed, Baghead starts to become more dangerous. Neil's mother begins to accuse him of causing her death, showing the creature's evil nature. Suddenly, Baghead disappears, breaking free from the chair. Iris and Katie are horrified and realize they made a big mistake. The creature climbs across the ceiling and attacks Neil. Everything falls into chaos. Water rushes out from the broken wall, making everything even more chaotic. Iris, scared but quick, manages to cover Baghead's face again, making it back off for a while. Once they're safe, Iris and Katie angrily question Neil and find out he had hidden the strict rule about only talking for 2 minutes. Even after what happened, Neil offers them more money and says he plans to come back again. Still scared, Iris finally understands why her dad warned her about how dangerous Baghead really is. After their terrifying time in the basement, Iris and Katie watch the old video that Owen left for them. Iris learns some important things. Baghead was once a person but got turned into a demon long ago by people who misused its powers. The tape gives clear warnings. Never talk to the dead for more than 2 minutes and never let Baghead go free. Every time someone uses its powers the wrong way, the demon becomes stronger. Iris finally understands. She can't just walk away from the house. If she does, something terrible might happen. Now, her life is connected to Baghead's curse. Katie is upset after hearing all this and wants to leave right away. But Iris, who is struggling and broke, says she has to stay. She plans to use the money Neil promised to build a better life. Katie doesn't fully agree but decides to stay for now to support Iris. To keep them safe, Iris puts warning signs near the basement door. Neil, still curious and heartbroken, comes back. Once again, they call Baghead in the basement. Neil gives the demon a locket that belonged to his dead wife, Sarah. This time, Baghead turns into Sarah's exact image. Neil, feeling both emotional and unsure, starts asking Sarah about how she died. A storm-related accident. He tries to find out more without being too obvious. Neil doubts if she was loyal and thinks she may have cheated. But Neil again stays too long, and Baghead gets stronger, breaking free with force. In the chaos, Baghead scares Iris, showing its real, terrifying face. Still, as a guardian, Iris is not hurt, protected by old magical rules. Before disappearing into the darkness, Baghead tells Iris they are both trapped in the same cursed fate. After Neil leaves, Iris starts seeing scary visions of her father trying, and failing, to burn down the basement to stop the curse. Owen's ghost looks upset and warns her that she can't run away. Her fate is tied to Baghead forever. Frightened and hopeless, Iris begins to lose control. She sees intense nightmares where Baghead plays with her mind, trying to take full control of her. Katie is determined to find the truth and stop the demon, so she quietly starts looking into the property's dark past. She finds out that earlier owners tried but failed to break the curse. She also begins to think that Jeremy, the strange lawyer, might know more than he says. The group starts to have problems. During a serious fight, Iris yells at Katie, and Katie storms off in anger. But even though she's upset, Katie still cares about Iris and refuses to leave her behind. Instead, she takes a dangerous journey, hoping to learn more about Baghead and end the old curse before time runs out. After their big fight, Katie is still worried about Iris, even if she's mad. She decides to visit the last person who owned the house, hoping they can help. But when she gets there, Katie finds out something shocking. The man died a long time ago, but inside his old empty house, she finds detailed notes that explain the dark story behind Baghead. Hundreds of years earlier, a powerful woman had a rare gift. She could call the spirits of dead people for a short time, but the villagers used her powers for their own selfish needs, then killed her. She came back as a deadly, shape-shifting spirit named Baghead, seeking revenge. Since then, her evil presence has haunted the place, trapped but always trying to break free. Katie finds out the terrible truth. To keep the demon locked away, someone must either be sacrificed or act as a guardian forever. Shocked but brave, Katie hurries back to tell Iris. At the same time, Iris feels alone and hopeless. She decides to contact her father, Owen, one last time, hoping he might know a way to end the curse. She prepares to summon Baghead. Alone in the basement, Iris offers one of Owen's belongings, temporarily bringing his spirit forth. Owen, distressed by his daughter's presence, painfully explains there's no escape. The curse binds the guardian permanently, relentlessly controlling their life. Iris's mother's illness and death were direct consequences of Owen's attempts to flee. Overwhelmed by guilt, Owen's ghost vanishes violently as Baghead regains control, leaving Iris shattered emotionally. Iris attempts to destroy Owen's written will, hoping to sever her ties to the inheritance. Yet mysteriously, the document remains intact, immune to fire. Frustrated and heartbroken, she spirals deeper into despair. During her emotional breakdown, Iris loses consciousness in the bathroom, completely vulnerable. Upon returning home, Katie cannot immediately find Iris. Worried, she goes down to the basement, looking around in panic. Suddenly, the ghost of the old owner appears for a moment and tells her about the sad, repeating curse. Baghead can only stay trapped if someone willingly gives up their freedom to keep the demon locked away. Katie understands too late that coming alone was a big mistake. Baghead brutally attacks her, killing her and taking her form to trick Iris. When Iris wakes up, she hears voices she knows coming from the basement. Worried about Katie, she ignores all the warnings and crosses the line that was meant to keep her safe. Inside, Iris quickly sees the awful truth. Katie is already dead, and Baghead has fooled her. Full of sorrow, Iris barely escapes the demon and runs upstairs in fear. In a sudden turn of events, Neil comes back just in time and saves her for the moment. Neil acted like he was trying to protect Iris from danger. While pretending to care for her, he was actually following his own secret plan. He gave her medicine, saying it would help her sleep, but it knocked her out. When Iris woke up, she was back in the basement. She saw Neil talking to Baghead, who now looked like Neil's dead wife, Sarah. To Iris's shock, Baghead told her that Neil played a part in Sarah's death. Neil had given Sarah drugs during a fight, which caused her to crash her car and die. Neil wanted to own the house and control Baghead's powers, but the demon told him that the only way to transfer ownership was if the current keeper died. Blinded by greed, Neil attacked Iris. During their fight, Neil violently pushed her off the upper floor, killing her. Thinking he had won, Neil gives Iris's body to Baghead, who takes in her soul. Baghead takes over her job as the protector and becomes strong enough to break free. Neil realizes his mistake too late, and the demon kills him violently. Now free after being trapped for hundreds of years, Baghead comes into the world. The building burns down as the deadly curse finally comes true. In the end, the story of Iris, Katie, and Neil becomes a scary warning about how grief, obsession, and trying to control unknown powers can lead to disaster.